Welcome back to the Beat the Odds Horse Racing Show. I'm your host, Tony Manzello. This past weekend was a phenomenal weekend in horse racing and on the Kentucky Derby Trail. But before we get into that, let's hear from our sponsor. Thank you to our friends over at SeatGeek for sponsoring today's episode. SeatGeek is the #1 ticketing app for any live events, sporting events on the market. All you have to do is put in your location and it shows you everything in your area. So go check it out. MLB season is just kicking off. NBA playoffs are around the corner. Or just go see your favorite band or person in concert. Go check it out. Download the app. Use code BTO Horse Racing at checkout. And make sure you look for that little green dot that lets you know you're getting a great deal on your tickets. Use code BTO Horse Racing at checkout. Starting it off early Saturday morning in the UAE, Dubai, you had top-notch racing. But two races I want to talk about are the UAE Derby, where the Japanese once again won their 5th in a row, and that horse is coming over for the Kentucky Derby, and so is the second place horse 6 Speed, who set the pace and just faded to run second behind the Japanese winner. What do I think about him coming into the Kentucky Derby? I think he's talented. The Japanese also pose a threat in races wherever they go. They have one of the best breeding in the world, and wherever they go, they are live. But this horse is no forever young, and I just don't think he's cut to win the Kentucky Derby. Now, the Dubai World Cup. What a ride by Jose Ortiz. He went to the lead, set things his own way, slowed it down. He had Forever Young on his hip the entire way around. And going around that far turn, I thought he was going to win by 10. I mean, he looked so loaded. He was just looking back like, where is Forever Young? As you should, as Forever Young is on his day the best horse in the world. But you could just tell that this race was over, that Magnitude was winning this race. It was closer than I thought it was going to be going around that far turn, but Magnitude was so impressive. Magnitude is a Dubai World Cup winner of, I believe, might have been the Risen Star or the Lecomte, where he ran off the screen. So he's a home local horse for me. Glad to see him win. Jose Ortiz is now the 2-time leading rider at my home track. So that was very cool to see. Magnitude is your Dubai World Cup winner. Now, stateside, we had the Arkansas Derby and the Florida Derby. The Arkansas Derby looked like it was Renegade and everybody else. And that is exactly how it played out. You had Iran Ortiz just sitting chilly the entire time right behind Christian Torres in Silent Tactic. And once that horse made his move, Iran just pulled out to the outside and unleashed this furious late kick from Renegade. And that horse is going to be a serious player in the Kentucky Derby if he stays healthy. He might even be one of the favorites. That was uber impressive from Renegade, and I cannot wait to see how he trains up to the Kentucky Derby. Now, the Florida Derby, which on paper looked like one of the best prep all year long. You had Nearly, you had the Puma, you had Commandment, you had Chief Wallaby, all lining up in like an 8 or 9 horse field. You had Nearly went out there and set the pace, but he faded in the last 150 yards. You had the Puma, who then inherited the lead, and man, that horse has got heart. I thought he got there. I thought he won that photo. I was getting ready to post him on Instagram as the winner. I was going to Twitter or X to get the picture, and I saw FanDuel say Commandment was the winner. I said, what just happened? But what a stretch drive between the Puma and Commandment. Chief Wallaby, he just, maybe in just his third start of his career, got a little intimidated being in between horses and just didn't get in, just didn't kick on. Junior Jose just didn't find that extra gear that day. Maybe it was just an off day, but still he secured enough points to run in the Kentucky Derby. I would not count him out. But Commandment and the Puma, I think those are legitimate Kentucky Derby horses. Commandment, no matter where he is, he got shuffled back. I think he was last going around the far turn. He just kicked it into overdrive and found a way to win. He's undefeated. He knows where the wire is. Commandment, we'll see if he can handle the distance, but he just looked like he was getting started at the distance of the Florida Derby. He got his nose down, got the job done. That's all that matters. Commandment is one of your leading Kentucky Derby contenders. The Puma, this could be Mage all over again. I mean, he was right there. I wouldn't discredit him when handicapping the Kentucky Derby. So those are my thoughts on this past weekend's Kentucky Derby and major races around the world. That's my recap. Let me know what you thought about in the comments. And as always, when looking for your tickets for your next live event, use code BTO Horse Racing at checkout on SeatGeek. You will not be disappointed. Go check it out. Y'all have a great day. And merch linked in the bio. Go check that out. Have a great day.